Now, the art in sculpting is actually based on trying to figure out how many points you need only to get a certain shape. So for example, now I have a nice arc. Let me draw this one maybe with a degree 2. And let's compare. You see actually with 3 points, the line much quicker is flatter. With 4 points, for example, I have the ability to select these points. Maybe move this to the grid. So the line actually, the curve goes up a little bit, is flatter, and then goes down. Here you see from here it goes directly inwards. So let's say I would like to create an S. An S shape, I know actually I need 4 points because I can click, I can click, I can click, and I can click like in a zigzag line, and it projects this S inside. But let's say all I need is actually just kind of like a nice Nike-like arc. That means a degree 2 I know will be sufficient. So click, click, and click. So it goes up and then makes a transition. Now I could change this curve maybe to a degree 4. Okay, so I maintained the amount, the curvature, and I added more points. But the problem is, the moment I start selecting one point and adjusting it, I change maybe the flow. For example, right now, if I move this one a little bit up this way, I do this on purpose. So you see this part gets flatter. If we, for example, turn on the curvature graph, you can see actually what's happening here. So if I go back to CV, select this point, and move this one over, you can see that now I can utilize the curvature graph to maybe get an understanding of how the curve makes a transition. And you see with all these points, I can at one point maybe sculpt it so this looks good, but it might not be as perfect. So if we, for example, turn this one on, so this is a really nice transition. And let's actually select this object. Let's go back to a degree 2, accept, turn on the curvature graph. So really nice and smooth arc. Of course, this part is a little bit flat, so in case this one should arc slightly, then okay, I need one more control point there. And then actually I can go ahead, select this point, sculpt it out slightly. And with 4 points, this is still very easy to work on. Can push this one out a little bit. So and based on if I turn this one into a line, I make this curve flatter. Or if I put the pointer here, I remain a small arc here, and then it bends quicker. So this is basically a quick introduction into how to sculpt curves with changing the degree and, for example, using the curvature graph to observe kind of like the speed of your curve, meaning how quickly it might change the direction it's flowing to.